Show. The show is about to start. Buckle up, 'cause here we go.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show. I have breaking news. It's Friday. Yay, Shady Groove, get on in here. Wow, Friday.
What a concept. My goodness, it is Friday. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Not only is it Friday, Jeff, I got something else to announce. You are winning. You guys are all winning on such a level. Like, if we could come here and tell you, it would take a 4 or 5 hour show for us to come on here and explain to you in depth how much you're winning and on how many fronts you're winning. It doesn't matter. Take a rock, throw it. Whatever you hit, you're winning. Take a dart, throw it at the wall. Whatever you hit, you are winning. This country is on fire, guys. And I can't tell you how excited I am as a human being and an American for the future of us. The future of us. I've spent 20 years of my life, probably more than that, paying attention to this nonsense before Trump, before any of this stuff, thinking America was going to be finished because nobody had the balls to stand up and defend her. And now we've got Donald Trump and an amazing cabinet. And you know what they're doing every day? They're standing up to idiots, defending my great country for one time. God bless America and amen.
You know, and now, because we're always wrong until we're right, Kyle Seraphin, Philip Kennedy, Steve Baker, USA, perhaps even real Alex Jones. You've got all these people, you know, like, let's see who else. Hannah Blaze, The Blaze. Real Steve Friend, and Glenn Beck, they're all sweating right now because of their false narrative on that. One way to tell that something is a false narrative. Did you see any of this J6 pipe bomber BS on Fox, CNN, MSDNC even?
Not a lick of it.
That's usually a you know, not saying that, you know, we trust those networks or anything, but it's usually a reason, you know, it's not real. Okay.
So now, a piece of a story.
Yeah. So now Julie Kelly announced an attorney representing the Blaze bomber just gave a statement to the Washington Post. Quote, Steve Bannell, an attorney for Shawnee Kirkhoff, voluntarily identified his client by name in a statement to the Washington Post, saying that he had been so widely and falsely accused in recent days on social media that she had to push back. These shameful allegations are recklessly false, absurd, and defamatory. Ms. Kirkhoff categorically denies them, said Bannell, a former federal prosecutor. And he's a former federal prosecutor. Steve Bannell used to be a general counsel for the DHS. A defamation suit is inbound No wonder they're all sweating this week. Here's the article right here. Wow, guys, amazing! Steve Bannon, an attorney for Kirchhoff, voluntarily identified himself. There's the post that we just told you. There's Steve Bannon. Say hi to Kyle Seraphin and all those asshats for me, Steve, will you? Boom!
Let him know that the truth catches up with you quick these days, guys. Yeah. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing the truth catch up with the psyop extraordinarily quick due to transparency within our government organizations, top-down organizations that are literally now functioning in a way to where you, at some point, imagined your FBI would function. What a concept! Yeah,
and this is and I'm going to call that one a Democrat hoax as well. I'm going to call the Democrat J5, J6 pipe bomber hoax, because the people that are spewing this stuff are not MAGA.
But did you see how fast? But it's a great example. Did you see how fast they went from making the accusation and then attacking you if you questioned it? Any person that was questioning it, they were automatically doing the whole thing they do that the little Flynn cult nuts do. As soon as you say something, they're like, "Oh, only an idiot would think what you think." Well, yeah. Well, what does the idiot think now? Now you little Baker boys, you little Blaze boys, you're getting ready to probably go off the air for this.
I mean, we don't know about that, but I mean, it could. This is, you just defame somebody, man, with gate analysis. With a 2-bit software system, and the FBI, Dan Bongino, came out and slapped you down yesterday. And you guys are cooked.
They still kept going. Then they started attacking Bongino. Like,
of course.
Look at the way that it works. Now you can see the way that the system worked, and you sort of agreed with the way these people acted whenever it was a Biden DOJ, right?
Yeah.
But now you're seeing what they really do. It's not like they really ever cared about what the DOJ was doing. What they care about is they are opportunists, Jeff.
Yeah.
And opportunists only care about one thing. They're narcissistic. They care about themselves. They care about their own well-being. And they don't really care about anybody else. But as soon as you say something that pushes back against them and say, "Oh, well, maybe you should think about these people," they start screaming and yelling at you and light their hair on fire.
Yep. And I want to just kind of go over this post from C Page, a.k.a. Rebel Valkyrie, Shady, because remember I was talking about the Trivium yesterday. And once you understand the Trivium, and I studied that back in 2012, 2008 timeframe back then. And it's basically, the Trivium, it's like it's like a mind virus system on your mind. Okay. It's like putting like a virus protector on your mind, because you look at statements and you only pull out the fact, not the ad hominem, not the straw man, not the jumping on the bandwagon. Once you take all that out and just look for the facts, that's how you make your decision making, and that's when your rhetoric becomes rhetoric. If you if your grammar or your information that you're taking into your thought process, it's corrupt, and your decision making thereby is going to be corrupt. It's how mind control works. Unless you take control of your mind and understand what in a sentence or a situation is fact. Not a straw man argument, okay? Who's paying you? That's a straw man argument. Ad hominem, right? Ad hominem attacks. Also jumping on the bandwagon. Oh, because all these people think it's true, it must be true, right? Mm-hmm. I don't jump on bandwagons. We sit back and watch all these psychological operations take place and unfold. And it's amazing how right we've been a lot, Shady.
What is the point that you're making is perfect for this moment that we're in, because effectively you have to be your own gatekeeper. The reason you have to be a gatekeeper is because you have to set a boundary, not a gatekeeper meaning you got to keep stuff from yourself, but a gatekeeper meaning you have to set a boundary where nothing can cross. There's a point in front of you where that nothing that you don't think gets through until you assess it first. You assess it out in front of you, and like you take it apart, pick it apart, see what it is, like Jeff was saying, what you need, what you don't need, what you discard, then you bring it forward, okay, to yourself. Because let me tell you something, guys, you're built backwards. And I want to explain this for just a second. Your mind is built backwards. It's built backwards because the stuff that you see with your eyes are flipping the image that you're seeing back upside right after they see it. In other words, your eyes are actually seeing everything around you upside down. You understand that? So there's a layer here that we have to use as human beings to understand information that's coming to us so that we can process it properly. And what these guys do is they try to get an emotional edge. They catch you with an emotional edge. And once you've committed to that emotion, you'll suck that nonsense right into yourself. And the next thing you know, you're defending it with people like trying to talk sense into you. All of a sudden, you've owned it. You see what I mean? So you've got to understand that we're in a reality where your perception is skewed, and you've got to be really diligent. Whenever we say discernment, it's not just another word in the English language. It's literally the only way you can navigate the minefield of the information war.
That's right. So this Trivium, let me just go over it real quick so you guys can go search it out more, but it's the Trivium method. It pertains to the mind, the elementary of three, general grammar. Okay. You got that right there, which answers the question of who, what, when, and where of subject, discovering and ordering of facts and reality comprised basic systematic knowledge. Now, if knowledge is occulted, we have a problem with your mind right then and there, okay, with your input. Then you've got formal logic, which is right here. Logic. Answers to the why. Developing the faculty of reason and establishing valid, i.e. non-contradictory relationships among facts is systematic understanding. And then classic rhetoric is how. It's the how of a subject. Applying knowledge and understanding expressive comprises of wisdom, or in other words, it's a systematic, usable knowledge and understanding. So your rhetoric is what you say. Okay, so learn, process, and say. Okay, and it's basically, I love the analogy of it's a virus software, for lack of a better term, for your mind.
Absolutely, and that's I think that is what it is that you're going to like take into the future with you more than anything, is this ability to discern and to utilize and to use these tools and to make sure that you understand something, especially before you profess it. This is the thing that people are doing. They're just like taking stuff in and then they automatically profess it to everybody else.
Yep, as fact. And it's rhetoric.
Right.
And their rhetoric is skewed because their input, their who, what, when, where of a subject is skewed with either occulted information or BS information. And you can find that BS information by how they say it in their rhetoric, okay? And you use your formal logic to see if their rhetoric matches how your understanding of things and your logical analysis of things, common sense, and find out if they're telling the truth or not. And usually you can tell that they're lying by the way, like, I had a dream. That is not a fact. You can pull that right out and just ignore it. You can pull, well, everybody else is talking about this pipe bomber. Well, that is jumping on the bandwagon. You can pull that fact right out because those people may or may not be real people, for one. Because there's a lot of bots trying to push these narratives to cloud and control your mind. It's just very interesting. And let me just go ahead and read this post from C-Page, Rebel Valkyrie 17 on X. I loved it. People like this are paranoid, projecting their own fears of secret legal charges. Basically, their complaints reveal that they're the guilty ones hiding behind something. Those that scream the loudest. Let's break this down philosophically in simple terms. Psychologically, this reminds me of what the freethinker Friedrich Nietzsche called resentment, and French is resentment. But when it's people who feel weak or powerless flip the script, turning their own flaws into reasons to attack those in charge. Here's Bondi doing a great job in the eyes of supporters, but critics see it as a danger because it might uncover their own, shady pasts. I know. It's like accusing someone of what you're afraid of in yourself. Classic mind games where outrage betrays inner guilt. On the knowledge side, that's epistemology, or how we figure out what's true. It ties into Foucault's idea that truth isn't just facts. It's shaped by who's in power and who controls the story. Bondi's backers are the ones who get it, spotting the deep down corruption in critics. So every push to cut DOJ funding or fire her is just their fear talking. Ethically, they are using what Aristotle called is ad hominem rhetoric. That's one of them, right? They're ad hominem, jumping on the bandwagon. We can see a straw man attacking the person instead of their points. Aristotle broke down persuasion in the ethos, credibility, pathos, emotions, and logos, logic. This leans hard on pathos, like enjoying the idea of critics squirming, but skips the logic, ignoring real issues like slow investigations to ensure no stone gets unturned on things like the Russia hoax or referrals against people like John Brennan, James Comey, and others that they might be afraid of stuff coming out, guys. That's really a well done post. C page Rebel Valkyrie 17 on X, and it basically says that's talking about the Trivium. That is like almost like you read the Trivium, and she said she heard it on yesterday's show. She didn't realize it, but I sent her a couple of videos. But it's something that's helped me immensely, Shady.
It's something that helps. It's something that helps everyone. You know, you have to apply it, and the only reason. Like, you know, if we lived in a normal world, we wouldn't necessarily need these tools that we're talking about right now, because everybody would be to some degree like the person that you see in front of you. But the world we live in is not that world. We live in a world where the info war is everywhere. The info war is everywhere on purpose, not to help get you up to speed, but think about it like it says. What does the word say? Info war. What is the
war on for your mind?
A war on information. Exactly. So every information is weaponized, and it's all weaponized to dilute your perception so that you can't ever get any concrete facts. This is the reason they're so upset at the show, because we don't bring you the pretend facts.
Yeah.
We find the concrete facts, then we present them to you, and then you tell us what you feel, or you tell us what your perception is, which actually gets the blade sharper.
Yeah, that's right. And I sent her that video. She just said everybody should watch it. You know, maybe you should tweet it out. Everybody, here's the post over there that she posted. Go over there and say the MG show sent me, and maybe she'll post the video over there for you guys over there. And we love you. Thank you so much for that. And you know, let's move on, because I just wanted to let everybody know the good news is that we're right again. That somebody's actually getting sued for a stupid gate analysis software identifying somebody that may not even be involved. I mean, that's pretty crazy, man. It's almost as bad as, you know, all of these people on X calling Trump a pedophile. You know, you don't have any proof of that. It's ridiculous. And those are your straw man and ad hominem attacks. I mean, it's so stupid, Shady.
Are we supposed to take this lightly, Jeff? Are we supposed to take it lightly? Okay. Because, you know, it's really irritating to me how these people act. Like, okay, you think that it's funny that you're like identifying the wrong person and acting like this person did the pipe, or what it looks like to us, what it looks like on the surface. If you want to be honest, it looks like you're hiding shit. It looks like you're hiding something. It looks like you're trying to obfuscate the truth. It looks like you know who the pipe bomber is. Things like you make videos. Like, you think it's funny with Ivan Ranklin and Ann Vandersteel making that video about the chasing the pipe bomber? You think that's funny? You're talking about a pipe bomber. You're talking about a political attack on the American system of justice at a very crucial time that they were going to or weren't going to blame on Donald Trump. If it was, I don't know if it was a pipe bomb. I don't know if it wasn't. It doesn't matter. What matters is what they're doing with the story and the way that they're weaponizing the story against you and the way that they're trying to utilize it to mock President Trump. That video that we played at the beginning of the week of Ivan Ranklin and Ann Vandersteel running around like absolute morons, pretending like they're finding the pipe bomber or whatever, it's mocking you. To me, what that looks like is they know who it is, and they think we can't figure it out. I'm not saying that's what's going on. I'm saying that's exactly what it looks like. And Occam's razor tells me many, many times that those types of subtle, intuitive notions are over the target.
Yeah. And I also real quick want to give a quick shout out to Chris Hinkle at BF Conservative on X. Yes. He has a radio guest, and he's a guest host as well for Blunt Force Conservative. He's a retired FBI supervisory special agent, not one of these Kyle Seraphin foot soldiers that's only in the FBI for, 5 years. This guy's been in the FBI for over 30 years, Chris Hinkle. And he actually shouted us out yesterday on the show. Check this out.
Wow.
On his show.
But some of the people out there that I follow that promote me, and I truly appreciate it, I try to promote them. Anita McGroin, I know that's not her actual name, but you can find her on X at Anita McGroin. Queen Anita DBS. She is tied to the old Dan Bongino show, and now the guy that took his place. His name escapes me right now. Another is in the Matrix. That's another guy out there. He's been really on top of this J6 bomber stuff of analyzing the reporting that's been coming out from the Blaze and comparing and contrasting that to what's being said out there to some of the idiotic statements of Thomas Massey. But some of the people out there that I
Wow. Thank you so much. That was really nice. And, you know, it's nice to get a little recognition because we're so frickin' shadow banned, man.
Well, yeah, and it's also nice to see that other people out there are seeing the same thing we're seeing. You know, it's like, because there's not a lot. If you want to go like look around to see if you can find somebody else that has been able to, you know, everybody just jumped right on board this pipe bomber thing.
Yeah. I mean, without any proof, with a gate analysis software that they couldn't show you. They couldn't even show you the analysis, Shady.
Nothing.
Yeah.
We got video of that person, whoever that was, like making communications with Capitol Police in that early morning. The Capitol Police were like right there. You know, there's associations here that are real, but you can't just jump to conclusions, and you can't just like publish stuff. You can't put people's names out there. This is the interesting thing, Jeff. They keep acting like this is the end of democracy. Wouldn't you think that they wouldn't be in this situation had they not defamed people? If you didn't say nasty things about Alexis Wilkins, I'm sure that she wouldn't be suing you.
Hey, there's an idea.
But they're all of a sudden a victim somehow. Like it's the Democrat virtue signal right down the line.
Yep. And they're hoping that you jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, and help them.
Yeah, without any facts, guys. The fact is that these guys did disparage Alexis Wilkins. The fact is these guys did disparage that person as the pipe bomber. And, you know, it's just insane.
FAFO may happen.
It looks like it is happening. It's in process. FA, you are here. FO is just now starting.
Right. We're like right in between.
We're right in FA, and you are right there in between FA and FO. Exactly right. All right. So let's go to what our show is titled about. It's the Jeffrey Epstein hoax has been dismantled again, guys. And Donald J. Trump pinned this video today. It is our friend Jesse Waters. Check it out.
Democrats want you to forget all about the shutdown shellacking, so they're launching a smear campaign disguised as a bombshell, the Jeffrey Epstein emails. Congress is dumping thousands of documents, and Democrats are using them to frame Trump. But we've been combing through them and can't find anything nailing Trump. Even Axios says the emails contained no real smoking gun. The files do show Epstein's deep ties to liberals, like anti-Trump author Michael Wolff. He colluded with Epstein on how to blackmail Trump. Wolff told Epstein in 2015, if you should let him hang himself. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the House, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. Why is Wolff giving a pedophile PR advice and coaching him to take down the president? That wasn't the only writer Epstein colluded with. A New York Times reporter gave Epstein a heads up that a former cop was investigating him for a book. That reporter was pushed out of the company after they found he asked Epstein for a $30,000 donation. Larry Summers, who worked for Bill Clinton and Obama, was also pen pals with Epstein. He was asking him for tips on women. Who goes to Jeffrey Epstein for dating advice?
More than you know.
Epstein didn't just have ties to the Democrats and the media. He had foreign connections. Before Trump met Putin in 2018, Epstein was pitching himself to the Kremlin, saying he could give Russia insight on Trump, which is weird because if the Kremlin was controlling Trump like the Democrats accused him, why did they need insight? He wasn't just any old rich American. He was well connected to top players all over the world, from Israel to Saudi Arabia. And it wasn't a secret. Epstein went to Clinton's White House 17 times. And Slick Willie was a frequent flyer on the so-called Lolita Express. Clinton and Epstein seemed like pals. But when it comes to Trump, Jeffrey had TDS. I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump. Not one decent cell in his body. Trump should wear that like a badge of honor. The slimiest guy in the world hating you is a good thing. Epstein even admitted Trump, quote, never got a massage. The same author Epstein colluded with even said this.
Epstein believed that it was Trump who first informed the police about what was going on at Epstein's house. And from that point on, they were nothing but bitter enemies.
So Trump dropped a dime on Epstein, but Democrats say they're best buds? And that Biden and Obama's DOJ had proof Trump was compromised, but waited 3 elections to keep it a secret? They arrested Trump over bookkeeping and want us to believe they had real dirt and didn't use it.
The Epstein files were in existence and free to have been opened during the Biden administration. You were there for 4 years. How come you didn't open it as a Democratic Party then? What am I missing?
Ghislaine Maxwell said Trump did nothing wrong. So have Epstein's victims and Epstein's lawyer. And none of these emails implicate Trump. So we're back to square one. Congress is playing games, holding fake votes to drop more files. But that's not going to happen because it's up to a judge and they won't release grand jury testimony. This is now looking more and more like a ploy to divide Republicans and smear the president. For a party that claims to care about affordability, they sure waste a lot of time on old emails. Primetime wants to get to the bottom of the Epstein saga more than anybody. We've been covering the story for years. But the story isn't about Trump. It's about foreign intelligence, blackmail, and cover-ups. Christopher Rufo is a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute and host of the Rufo and Lomez podcast. All right, Chris, what does your gut tell you about what's going on here?
Look, I mean, Jeffrey Epstein is an increasingly and enormously powerful man, even in death. He is like a human hand grenade, and both sides, both camps, keep trying to toss him onto the other side and hoping that it explodes. But again and again, the evidence suggests that while Trump did know Epstein, he did party with Epstein on occasion, he wasn't involved in any of Epstein's crimes. And in fact, when he figured out what was going on, he banned Epstein from his Mar-a-Lago club and resort. And so the president, I think, had successfully established boundaries, and the Dems are just trying to agitate against him and trying to use whatever bits and pieces from these documents to get the president. But look, the president has been through a lot. He's been indicted. He's been arrested. He's been mugshotted. He's been shot through the ear. A couple of misrepresented snippets from these emails is not going to result in much.
How do you think the Republican Party is handling the Epstein situation?
I think the Republican Party, in part, has taken the bait, and there's this scrambling about the various bills and the court hearings. It's so convoluted, it's given the Democrats an opportunity to demagogue against it. But I think overall, the best policy is one of transparency. The more documents can be revealed, the maximum amount the courts can let loose to the public, I think that's better. And I think the evidence should, wherever it falls, it falls. The evidence thus far suggests that Trump had no involvement in the Epstein crimes. But I think certainly some very powerful people from all political persuasions and business and politics and academia and science are trying to keep these documents out of the public eye because, look, some very powerful and very well-known people were doing some very naughty things.
Yep, that's what it appears to be, too. All right, Chris, great work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You know, pretty wild how everything gets turned upside down on these people's head. I mean, he even showed you Axios, which is a clown newspaper. Okay. There's no connection. And, you know, they also in those emails was Bannon, Shady. And, you know, he didn't mention that. Where's the interview of you coaching Epstein?
Yeah, and they want to characterize it as that. What I think it was actually Epstein hiring Bannon for public relations or something, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, he was like wanting to do the documentary so that I could improve my image. And you also have New York Times people that are like warning him that, oh man, it looks like there's an investigation coming after he was already convicted. And they're acting like, oh, but Trump, this is going to bite them in the ass so hard. It is amazing. This is the reason that Donald Trump did this. I want to make sure my audience understands. The reason that Donald Trump did this by turning and starting to call this whole Epstein thing a hoax is because he saw what they were doing. He saw how they were all conflating the information and trying to act like he was doing something wrong, when in all reality, he was following through with the law. You know, the Congress can release their investigations into Jeffrey Epstein anytime they vote to release their investigations into Jeffrey Epstein. That investigation has absolutely nothing to do with Donald Trump not releasing it, but they're weaponizing this and they're voting on it so that they can gin up support and raise money from their base on the left.
That's right. And I would like to just put this into evidence.
Next month marks 2 years since the death of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein inside a New York City jail.
We were underage. We were little girls. By the time I was 16, I brought him up to 75 girls.
He was glib, and he lived essentially like he was Gatsby. He was an absolutely terrifying person to encounter.
You own an island, right?
True. Thank you very much.
Two islands, the islands of Dr. Moreau.
Correct.
Jeffrey Epstein was a billionaire New York businessman whose vast wealth brought an arrogance that knew no limits. He acted as if he could have anything he craved.
Reporting the FBI is now looking into how it can interview Britain's Prince Andrew over his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
I made my living from old thinking, but the future is for the way women think.
The way women think.
That's correct.
Is that not a sop because of all the depravity you've done against young women? And your new sop is that their women's thinking is the future?
No, I've always believed that women would in fact be able to take over. I'm a firm believer and supporter of Time's Up.
Federal prosecutors said yesterday video of Epstein's jail cell when he made his first suicide attempt no longer exists.
And Jeffrey Edward Epstein.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes.
Epstein got away with his crimes because nearly every element of society allowed him to get away with them.
This morning, we're learning new details of the exact cause of death of former registered sex offender and financier Jeffrey Epstein.
The greatest threat to people put in solitary confinement is they try to kill themselves. Imagine that. You're only in a room for 24 hours, you start to go crazy.
The monsters. The life among the global elite. Never done. Bannon never did that, but here.
That's correct. Is that not a sop because of
Epstein interviewed by Bannon a few weeks before his arrest. Bannon had 15 plus hours, which he never released. Release the videos, Steve.
I didn't claim Bannon's info is what they're saying.
No, this guy's just leave him alone.
I'm saying to you that this thing with Bannon was in the emails. This is what I'm claiming. There's communication of the emails with Bannon were released, and he did do a documentary, and he did hire Steve Bannon to do his public relations.
He went to that guy for money.
Even Cappy told you.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Wow. We're just looking at, what we're looking at, guys. The Epstein emails about Trump have far right figures crying conspiracy. Okay, they do. Steve Bannon advised Jeffrey Epstein in 2018, a pro-Trump media campaign. Jeffrey Epstein did not like Trump because he knows that Trump is the one that pulled the trigger on the guy, okay, to the FBI. So Epstein gave Bannon advice how to help Trump, allegedly, and Brett Kavanaugh. I mean, these are all fake news stories. So release it, Steve.
Yeah, let's release it. Let's see what you really said.
Yeah, release it. And he was also part of the Scaramucci play. Bannon was fired. Okay. Yeah. And when he left, he was like flipping tables. Kind of crazy. People don't remember that. So let's go back.
He started eating everything on it.
Yeah, right. Let's go back to President Trump, because that's what we're here for. This is right here. Oh, cost and inflation. Let me just double check this. I got to go back down a little bit, because President Trump went on. He pinned the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. We got to get rid of that sound.
Yeah, it's tweaking me out too.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like it either. I have to agree.
Wow,
not good.
I mean, it's like it's Apple Pay. I didn't even realize that's what it was, but I'm like, why does the sound suck so bad?
Yeah, I don't like that sound.
All right, so
the cash register.
I know. The Democrats are doing everything they're withering power to push the Epstein hoax again, despite the DOJ releasing 50,000 pages of documents in order to deflect from all the bad policies and losses, especially the shutdown embarrassment. where their party is in total disarray and has no idea what to do. Some weak Republicans have fallen into their clutches because they are soft and foolish. Epstein was a Democrat, and he is the Democrats' problem, not the Republicans' problem. Ask Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, Larry Summers about Epstein. They all know. They know all about him. Don't waste your time with Trump. I have a country to run. And then he doubled down, Shady. Look at this one. Whoa. Now that the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax. Why is this all highlighted? What is going on? That's weird. Now that the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving Democrats, not Republicans, to try to deflect from their disaster shutdown and all of their other failures, I will be asking AG Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, together with our greatest patriots at the FBI. Oh, greatest patriots at the FBI, Shady. To investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with Bill Clinton, Shady Groove. Oh, God. Larry Summers. Oh, he's in the Q posts. Reid Hoffman, JP Morgan Chase, and many other people and institutions to determine what was going on with them and him. This is another Russia scam with all arrows pointing to the Democrats. Records show that these men and many others spent large portions of their life with Epstein and on his island. Stay tuned.
Boy, oh boy, did you guys step in it.
Yeah.
All stepped in it. And especially the Tucker Carlson people of the world, especially all the Megyn Kelly people of the world, the Candace Owens people of the world that act like all the the Elon Musk coming out and saying, oh, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. You know, all this nonsense directly to attack and weaken Donald Trump will only make us stronger. It will only make us stronger. This is going to perpetuate the Republican Party into the leadership of America for probably the next 2 decades, guys. I want you to understand this. You know, the amount of leadership that we have in that cabinet right now can carry us until Barron Trump is old enough to run for president.
Yeah. Q-Post 3366. Les Wexner, founder of Victoria's Secret. Connect the dots. Okay. Connect the dots, guys. Very amazing. All right. So
I had this guy telling me Les Wexner was a Republican the other day.
Oh God.
I'm serious. Like they're literally they're so hilarious, man. They're desperate. They're desperate to weaken Donald Trump because he is so strong. We've never in the modern era had a president that was this strong that could wield a knife the way that he's wielding a knife to government. And all of these people that have been sucking off the government teat, and I include InfoWars into that because their whole model wouldn't work unless they had their inside connections. Well, now they don't have any inside connections. So all their inside connections are cut off, they're flying blind. And so they end up, look what they just did with this Kyle Seraphin thing and Alexis Wilkins, and now the Steve Baker thing with the pipe bomber misidentification.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's what they do when they don't have any info, right, Jeff? They miss the mark.
They basically, there's now an FBI rapid response on X, okay?
Which is
now,
great.
This is BX saying, can you please continue to debunk statements made by your former agents, Kyle Seraphin and all the others, that 764 pedophile network isn't a serious concern to the FBI? Thanks. And then, so that's that. So so they responded to her, okay? And they said, hello, BX on X. Yes, the FBI takes 764 extremely seriously. We've increased the number of arrests from this network over the last year, and it's one of our top priorities. In fact, we just announced another member arrested and charged 2 weeks ago, with more news to come soon. Anyone saying otherwise is frankly an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Hashtag Seraphin. Hashtag all of the people. Hashtag, interestingly, all of the Flynn network and the Alex Jones network do not touch this story. And my theory is that this 764 network is at the center of a lot of stuff. A lot of the 3.4 million digital soldiers. Well, I think that this 764 thing is kind of at the core of it because it comes from the cult, if you will, that arose from the Presidio. The guy with the eyebrows. You remember those eyebrows? They just bounce around. Well, we got another guy with eyebrows out there, right? That they're just bouncing around everywhere.
Are we live?
Are we live? Like, what's going on down there? Oh, and so 764 is all fake. Oh, it's all fake. Really? That's not what I found. What I found is a pretty intense cult that actually goes into the order of 9 angles, and all of this other nonsense, this backhanded trafficking and drug trade network, it's connected pretty tightly is what it looks like to me.
Yep. And then bizarrely, after that post, Kyle Seraphin doubled down on his defense of the pedo network 764 in a space while repeating his defamatory claims that I'm a cam girl and that I doxed him, debunked with receipts. Incredible. So, this is what they're doing. These spaces are being used to control your mind. Check it out.
Have not had the type of things that they have wanted to do with No Kings and all these things, but I think that you hold a very special bit of information. I want to know, why do you hide 760? Hello?
I'm just laughing at you. Like, go ahead, say whatever crazy things you're doing.
Okay, so why did you attack Becca?
I got about 6 more minutes of attention span. Go ahead.
Why did you attack Becca?
I hate her. I think she sucks. She doxed my family.
Why do you hate? Okay, so hate, that's not a fruit of the spirit, Mr. Serafim.
Calm down.
That is not a fruit of the spirit.
Calm down. You want to answer the question? Here's the question. The answer is this. She's a e-cam chick who had an OnlyFans, who then decided she could make more money pretending that she was researching child pornography, which is also a federal crime.
Hey, is this really your defense of 764? Because you know what she doesn't do?
The only person that's
Kyle,
saying anything about this is you.
Kyle, like, look, her methods are...
Luis, no one's defending anything. You're not even quoting things that I've actually said. What I said is that the statistical relevance of that particular little thing that she's decided is her corner of the internet, it's not highly relevant. The reason is because the people that do 764 stuff are mostly underage. And you find me an AUSA that wants to prosecute underage kids for looking at other kids, you won't find them. The only time they matter is when they age up and they're adults. They've gotten a couple of them, but they are not the single biggest.
He must know a lot about it, doesn't he? I'm just going to leave it there.
Whoa. I had not heard that clip, but he just revealed a whole nother layer of what that guy's up to. He knows way more about that than he needs to know.
Mm-hmm. The FBI expert once again makes a completely bogus claim that law enforcement doesn't care despite them objectively caring, and also falsely claims that the members are minors, which anyone who does 2 minutes of research could disprove, or just read the tweet below. This is a thread of the worst 764 network members caught so far. Angel Alameda, 23, New York. That's not underage. Okay? These are not underage people. Okay, these are disgusting. This is a 21-year-old. Okay,
they target underage.
This is a 47-year-old. Okay, 24-year-old. So he's 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 24-year-old, 25-year-old. I mean, 28. Shady.
I'm looking.
It goes on and on and on.
Yep. None of them children.
No.
Children are targeted.
Yeah.
He's acting like the children of the cult. Think about what he said there. The kids are the ones that are the cult. It's nothing.
Yeah.
No, the kids are the target of the cult, guys. The kids are always the target of the cult. If they can get to the kids before the kids can get to God, they can keep them for life.
That's right. That's right. So there's that, Shady Groove. Just all this, weird psychological operations on X. I mean, if you really want to protect the children, wouldn't you want to go after the 764 who basically I can't even talk about it. It's so disgusting. And we're not going to talk about it because we'll probably get banned off X.
I think we're left it in a good place. And we did good navigating that, by the way.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. So again, the Democrat Epstein bombshell falls apart. The media went crazy yesterday after House Democrats released a few carefully redacted emails about Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump, but in a cycle that has repeated itself over and over in Trump's presidencies. The full story came out after showing that the messages were not the smoking gun they had hoped for. These are not the droids you're looking for.
I mean, and they're not going to come from this group of people because that's not what they're doing. Yeah. That's like if you got a bunch of people that are standing out there acting like that the FBI owes you an explanation for like some sort of any aspect of any investigation anywhere on Earth. You have lost your mind in a way that I'm not sure you're ever going to recover from. It's like TDS on steroids is what these people have.
Yeah. Also, I got my trophy, Shady Groove. Kyle Seraphin blocked me yesterday.
That took long enough.
Wow. It's because I posted that Q post about Kash Yap Patel, name to remember. He didn't like that too much, did he?
He took me out like about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I got my badge, guys.
There you got
Thank
yours.
Yeah. We got the Office of the First Lady. The executive order aims to establish a comprehensive network connecting federal departments and agencies, private sector business, higher learning institutions, and charitable organizations that will create a new educational and employment opportunities countrywide, Shady. So, I mean, that's big too. So we were just talking about education. Remember Laura Ingraham and President Trump? She's like, we need to bring in people from other countries because they're smarter than our people. And he's right.
He is.
Our education is so backwards right now. If you
were to take the average 10th grade American and put him beside the average 10th grade Chinese child, you would not believe the difference, man. I mean, 100 years ago, the Chinese child wouldn't even be able to read. Okay. Yeah. And now look at what we're looking at. Like the Chinese kid can like literally program a computer out of thin air. It's insane what they can do. And we've got to have people that have technologically oriented brains. I'm sorry, but what happened is all of our teachers decided to put up pride flags and talk about their genitals as opposed to teach the children science and math.
Yeah. And this is what it was right here. Please. So he's worried about, our Five Eyes partner. Alienation of a Five Eyes partner?
Oh, wow.
We don't want Five Eyes, Carl, and we love Kash. Name to remember, okay? This is a Fox News article talking about Nunez Gowdy, DOJ launching anonymous attacks on congressional investigators. This is Rosenstein threatened to subpoena GOP-led committee and chilling clash over records emails show. Kash Yap Patel, name to remember. He has it all, Shady. I was talking about that with you last night. And, they are really starting to understand, Shady Groove.
I think you're right. I think you're so over the target. That's exactly what they're starting to understand. They're starting to realize that they stepped in something that they cannot step out of.
Yeah. All right. So in 9 minutes, Shady Groove, we're going to go to Rumble Premium. Make sure you get to Rumble Premium, guys. And if you were gifted a Red Castle, I think, within the last 30 days, I think you can see it too as well. But I'm not sure about that. But we're going to go over Pandora's box as well. And let me just see what I got here, Shady Groove. Wow.
What you got?
What do I got? Chow. All right, we got that. We got this. All right, we got ivermectin, Shady Groove. All right, here we go. This is ivermectin. Did you know that 75% of the Nobel Peace Prize winning ivermectin that helped save millions during the pandemic is primarily made in Asia? But not the wellness companies. Introducing American-made ivermectin, safe, trusted, and produced right here in America. For more than 30 years, ivermectin has shown a proven ability to eliminate parasites, and new research also points to potential benefits for skin, immune, and cancer support. Most pharmacies charge $5 a tablet, but the wellness company is offering a higher 18 milligram dose for just $3.33 each. You'll get a 6-month supply designed for 4 21-day cycles, all at an unbeatable price. Get your U.S.-made ivermectin today by scanning the QR code or head over to twc.health/Rumble and use that code Rumble to save $30 off plus free shipping. USA residents only.
Thank you so much. And I'd like to make mention real quick about what we're doing here at MG Show, and the trailblazing of a new way forward is essentially what we're attempting to do here. Patriot-funded journalism is the idea of the show, meaning that we are here because of all of you, and all of you supporting us is the only reason that we're here. A couple of the things that I'd like to mention: we've reorganized our show this year, whereas Rumble has brought us into the premium content aspect of their network. So we're going to be going to do the last hour on each Friday for all of you out there behind the you'll have to get a premium subscription on Rumble to view this. But what I'd like to say is, we've taken away before we were coming on the air at 5 minutes after, and then we would come and introduce ourselves. We would go back to a 5-minute break. And now we've kind of set that aside so that we can do these different ads that we're doing for Rumble because they're letting us participate in this. But I have to explain to you that this is a new adventure, what we're all trying to do here. We've been able to survive for the last 3 years because of each and every one of you. We thank you all so very much. But going forward, we do need your support. We need your support immensely. Because everybody wants us to stop what we're doing. I want you to know that. Like, we are being pressured to stop what we're doing by every single side. So if you think that what we're doing is valuable, then it's up to you to speak up and support us and to stand in the gap. So each and every one of you, we thank so much that have come to our Rumble premium content. There's almost 500 of you that have subscribed to our Rumble premium content. That is an amazing show of force for this channel and for Rumble. And I'd like to thank all of you that committed your hard-earned dollars to investing in us, and we're hoping that we are doing you proud.
And we're going to talk about who controls the past. This is an official slogan of the superstate: controls the future. Future proves past, okay? And I think that this book, too, this Pandora's Box, The Ultimate Unseen Hand of the New World Order, is basically a lot has to do with Q in this book, Shady Groove.
It does.
So that's why we're reading it to you on the premium. It's been amazing. The feedback has been great. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take a little bit of a break. I'm going to get out of here with a song, Shady Groove. And then we're just going to end YouTube and Facebook and all the other ones. And we're going to come back at 1 o'clock sharp to go over this, Shady.
Thank you guys so much, and welcome to another week of winning. Thank you for joining us for the week, and next week it's going to be even more winning. I'm telling you right now, what we're all these people trying to say MAGA is dead. What we're seeing on the horizon could not be more the opposite. What's getting ready to happen is there's going to be an explosion of support for this administration, for America and Donald Trump within the center left of America, because they just saw what the Democrats were willing to do for a political game.
All right, so right after this song, Yeti, go right into premium. We'll see you guys over there. Rumble.com/MG Show. Rumble.com/MG Show.
They came in the night with the shadow band blade, silenced the truth that the people had made. Media matters drew the target on our chest, but the MG Show never failed the test. YouTube bowed low to the activist call, flagged every clip, tried to bury us all. But the receipts don't lie and the data don't bend. They admitted the crime, now the fight won't end. We rose from the ashes, the channel's alive. Every strike they threw only taught us to thrive. Turn the volume to 11, let the whole world know the MG Show's back, and we're ready to go. Wrongfully censored but never defeated. Media matters, your lies got deleted. Hit that red button, ring the bell loud. Subscribe to the MG Show, stand tall and proud. We're the voice they can't mute, the fire they can't douse. Truth on the mic in the people's house. Wrongfully censored, now the truth's uncaged. Subscribe right now, turn the whole damn page. From the live stream wars to the common crusade, every Patriot viewer kept the barricade. They called us the fringe, tried to label us fake, but the algorithm cracked under the weight. YouTube sent the letter, we got it all wrong. 3 little words took way too damn long. So load up the chat, let the memes ignite. The MG Show's the spark in the dead of the night. With the glitch in the code, the crack in the wall, every band just echoed a louder call. Drop a super chat, let the freedom bells ring. The people are the power, let the chorus sing. Wrongfully censored but never defeated. Media matters, your lies got deleted. Hit that red button, ring the bell loud. Subscribe to the MG Show, stand tall and proud. We're the voice they can't mute, the fire they can't douse. Truth on the mic in the people's house. Wrongfully censored, now the truth's uncaged. Subscribe right now, turn the whole damn page. No more shadow, no more chains. Every click is a bullet in the censorship game. From the heartland to the coast, we're breaking the spell. 1 million subs and we're giving them hell. Wrongfully censored, hey, hey, never defeated.
The MG Show.